I want to dive right into what this passage of this House of Representatives Parents' Bill of Rights Act does. So it passed again, 213 to 208, all Republicans versus Democrats. Some Republicans voted against it, I think 5, but there were no Democrats supporting this. Democrats like Jim McGovern from Massachusetts try to explain that this is somehow bad and inappropriate for the federal government using your tax. Remember, this is because these schools are local and state, but they receive federal funds. They receive all of our taxpayer dollars, not just taxpayer dollars at the state level, at the federal level as well. But take a listen to the Democrats and how they try to explain away voting for parents' rights.
It turns Congress into a national school board, withholding essential federal funding if local school districts don't comply with our whims. The self-proclaimed party of limited government and states' rights wants to nationalize our education system, turning Congress into a one-size-fits-all board of education for the entire country.
So I'd ask Jim McGovern first, is he okay with all of us in support, which we are, of abolishing the Department of Education? I bet not, but that was nationalizing the education. The Department of Education, the Republicans want to abolish. So he's talking about, the Republicans, they want the Congress to be running the local schools, but we created the Department of Education with our taxpayer dollars at a national level. And a lot of Republicans say it's a waste and it's bad and we should be returning the money and the power to the communities, to the actual parents of those communities and the students of those communities, school choice, all of those issues. This is why it's a bad issue for Democrats because it's not partisan. It's only partisan for them because they receive so much funding from those teachers' unions.
I mean, you got to understand the power of these teachers' unions. It's like
the last remaining most powerful union in the country.
Would you say one of the most powerful?
Yeah, usually you would say like the AFL-CIO and those, not even close to the power of the teachers' unions.
Extreme MAGA Republicans don't want your child to learn about the LGBTQ plus experience in America. That's not a decision that extreme MAGA Republicans here in Congress should make. The parents of America should be able to make that determination.
And that's what this allows them to do.
That's the juxtaposition of what's so insane here.
The kids who write their communications aren't very keen on it, so he just actually endorsed it.
Yes.
Trying to call it MAGA. Here's the first thing. Parents have the right to know what their children are being taught. Didn't he just say that parents of Americans should be able to make that determination? That's all it says. Congress says as long as you tell the parents, you can teach what you want, including that LGBTQ.
Just tell
history,
the parents.
if that's what your school district wants to do. But you can't hide it. Because why?
Can't hide any of it.
Might think that's not appropriate for a second grader.
You remember years ago? It was years ago.
We're talking only up to middle school. That's probably not appropriate for them.
Yeah. You know, here's what's so interesting to me. Do you remember, it was years ago, there was this curriculum in California of teaching the 5 pillars of Islam. Parents didn't know anything about it. Yeah. The kids were bowing down to Mecca. Now, can you imagine if they were doing a Jewish or a Christian prayer?
Not learning world religion.
No, it wasn't about
participating in religion.
But you could imagine if it was a Jewish practice or a Christian practice.
No, you can't pray.
No, right. So but then Hakeem Jeffries just said exactly what the legislation does. The parents should make this decision in America. Right. It's a parents' bill of rights, actually, is what this is.
Right, and this helps push it along the way to parents' rights because the federal funding would be at stake.
Here's the problem.
So this federal funding, which isn't like immediately revoked, it just can be, it empowers parents.
Yeah, but you know what it is? You say up is down, down is up, hot is cold, cold is hot. Here's the problem. They don't read the legislation. Yeah. They just know, the labor union, or in this particular case, the teachers union says, no, we're done. And that's the way it is.
We have a tool at ACLJ Action, makes it very easy for you to send a message to your member of Congress directly. So not just broadly to Congress, but to your member of Congress. 15,227 of you did it on this in support of parental bill of rights in 24 hours. 15,227 people took the time. Now the letter's preset, but we encourage you to, you can edit it, you can write your own, you can delete all of our language and write your own. But so it can be as quick as you want, you can take as long as you want. And thank you to the 15,227 of your ACLJ supporters and ACLJ Action members who took action when we asked these last 24 hours to make sure, as you said, that we put a marker down on this issue. Because I would love to take this to Hakeem Jeffries and just play that soundbite over and over and over again. And that's how you take a purple state and turn it red very, very quickly. So we know this is going to be, and maybe this is just for all of you to know, this is going to be a very much number 1 or 2 top issue. Of course, the economy and world events are issues as well, leading into the next election cycle. And I want you all to know about that as well, how important that is. So, again, thank you. When this hits the Senate, which is going to be an uphill battle, we'll engage again, and we'll let you know. We're going to be rewriting the text, rewriting the letter to ACLJ Action, and we'll want you to weigh in as well, because you can then get, even if we can't win it in the Senate, we can get those Senate Democrats talking about it just like Hakeem Jeffries did, their top Democrat in the House.
But here, let me tell you, the thing is, you have a problem. There's a solution. So the hope here is we actually can get a result, and it passed the House of Representatives. Like Jordan said, even if we can't get it through the Senate, first of all, now it's on everybody's radar. Every school district is aware of this. Every town is aware of this. Every teacher is going to be aware of this. And the ACLJ said, here's the way you can respond and help us get this passed, and it passed. Now it becomes a marker for 2024 that parents are going to want, and it's going to cross the ideological spectrums. It's going to cross the party affiliations. Parents have the right to know what's going on in their kids' school.